Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Now this one is a lot later than I normally would put it out because, man, I really had a hard time figuring out what to do for this one. So this is Midweek Magic Future Alchemy. So basically it's Alchemy except it's Innistrad Midnight Hunt forward, so we lose up. It is basically like a post-rotation event. Also nice to note that this is an all-access event, so I actually don't have a lot of some of the cards here, but they let you play anyway. So as you can see, I need about five rare wild cards to complete this. But otherwise, it's fine. It basically gives us a way to play through this event, test out whatever we want without having to actually invest in it. So it's probably a win all for most. Anyway, this is basically burn because I couldn't really scratch my head on about what I really want to do for this one. There are a lot of synergies in this format, so pretty much I just wanted to keep it very simple here. So let's start with the actual burn package. 4 copies of Mifid's Enthusiasm, 4 copies of Molten Impact. So between those and Voltage Surge, we have plenty of ways of dealing 4 damage to creatures and or planeswalkers. We have 2 copies of Electrostatic Blast. This one is 2 damage to any target. Our way of actually getting burned that can get up to our opponent is actually Toralf's Disciple. Conjuring Lightning Bolts has never been bad. We also have 3 copies of Conductive Current. There are enough we need decks that we do want this effect. And with all that burn, what are we running actually with this? Well, the 4 copies of Smoldering Egg were my starting point here. It's 4 toughness, so it neatly dodges some Conductive Current. And between that and Toralf's Disciple, we should be able to get quite a bit of game. We have a few copies of Professional Facebreaker. This one is primarily just for getting us extra card draw. We have 4 copies of Voldaren Epicure it doesn't give us treasures here, but it does give us a little bit better way to dig. A few copies of Chandra. Single copy of Seize the Storm because might as well have a backup plan. And we also have a copy of Karlach, Tiefling Berserker. Actually, we can get from the we can return from the graveyard. So this is actually a pretty decent effect, especially for Strike and Haste. And we also have a single copy of Will, pretty much our threaten effect. But it does give us an additional combat phase for what it's worth. And as far as our mana base is concerned, because we are just running mono red here, just some all mountains, a single copy of Sokenzan, a few copies of Gate to Tumble Down just to give us more gas as we go along. And that's pretty much the deck. I'm probably only gonna play like 1 or 2 games with. I'm probably not gonna play too many games with this one. As I said, not exactly my cup of tea, but still something here. Speaking of something, we don't get to go first, so the 2 Smoldering Eggs are a bit sketchy, but we do have a Conductive Current if we do get to that point. Opponent playing multicolor. I actually could run Forsaken Crossroads, but I opted not to. Also, I'm primarily running those lands as a way to thin the deck a little bit. I will also note that this does scale poorly against like another mono red because the toughness is also quite exact. I might opt to just run a Professional Facebreaker here. Bloodtide Harvester. So let's think this through. I think our opponent's gonna Voltage Surge or Smoldering Egg. There we go. So we can Molten Impact. When you cast, deals damage excess. Actually, I do like that. I could also just cast this. It deals that much damage plus 2 instead. Yeah, we'll go with the wipe here. And this is choose an instant or sorcery, so we could have options here, but this one now deals 6 damage, and excess damage would okay, so we lose the damage, but we still have the Toralf's Disciple. Opponent did let that go, so there is that. Next turn, most likely we'll see what our opponent decides to do. They don't know we have another Molten Impact, but they did go for the 3 life drop. Shadow Heart into a land. Definitely gonna snipe the Changeling. Let's see, can they specialize? No, they're going for Og. Makes a take 2, they gain 2. Okay, so excess damage is still this way. I would love to just drop this, but I think the better. Oh wait, if excess damage is just dealt this way, the next okay. So that means there's 2 extra damage on the docket.
Not worth the effort. This isn't over.
And that wipes both of them. So not bad. Well, not bad, all things considered. And now we just need to start drawing into. Okay, opponent's now drawing cards. They did not make another creature, so presumably they have a way to deal with Toralf's Disciple. That's fine. They probably have a way to deal with the Disciple at this point. Voltage Surge, cracked it. Yeah, sure. So this is their catch-up plan. So we might as well play these out now. I probably should have played the Professional Facebreaker first though. Opponent probably should start making treasure tool. No, they're actually still drawing cards. Do they have a way to gain? Well, they have a way to gain life with this. And if they activate this, Death Touch Lifelink, that was annoying. And deals 1 damage to each player. So because of the lifelink part, this is okay. No, this is the part where we're in trouble. We actually did run out of gas here. I could swing with this guy, but we're not getting far there, so we might as well pass. Yeah, so our opponent's going to be able to catch up with Shadowheart. We need to hit our burn. I think we can take 1 hit for now. Blood-Tide Harvester. This one also kind of gaining. It's 1 die. Epicure. Okay, opponent really going wide here, so we need to have an out here. Not quite the out that we're looking for. Also, our opponent could sack this, well, not in response. Yeah, we might lose this one. Which is a bit of a shame. So we're gonna probably chump block with the egg here. opponent. Yeah, the voltage surge was quite timely, all things considered. And we didn't even hit any of our bolts. Yeah, we can concede this one here. We'll take a look, but we're probably gonna. Yeah, that touch, the life link was pretty much the killer part here. And sack 3-2. Yeah, that's enough. Ooh, that was not close at all. We needed to. Could I actually cut more lands? That thought actually crossed my mind. I actually felt like sometimes I might be running with way too many lands. But anyway, that's just that's actually for you guys to decide. Maybe we could run a few additional creatures to go with it. But sometimes that's just how the deck crumbles. Sometimes it's just you run out of gas eventually. So okay, we get to keep this one. I don't see a need to run this right. We don't have a turn 2 play, so I can actually just go Epicure. If we need to wipe, then we play the Conductive Current, but we ideally want to hit more mana. There's a Molten Impact. So depending on what our opponent Racketeer boss, so it's X3. So we do get to I'm just gonna throw both, see what happens. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Technically, I didn't even need to do that, but okay. So we go Molten Impact here because Seize the Storm does not deal damage. Pack Leader into another Racketeer boss. So I'm double Molten Impact looks good. Deal. Okay, deals that much damage plus 2 instead. Yeah, sure. We're gonna try to see if we can hit a land here. Nope. But Mephit's Enthusiasm is actually good. In fact, now I want to see our opponent drop a second creature so we can kind of go 1-2 on our opponent. Okay, no creature yet. So knowing that there's no rush, we can drop Toralf's Disciple. Pack Song Pop. Generates a few treasures. Tenacious P. Into a Tovalar. So there's our big target. But take 2. So let's see. I probably want to play. Okay, opponent will gain some life. That's kind of fine. Now, if our opponent top decks a creature, we're in real trouble because of Revels. But at least we were able to wipe the board. Okay, Okay, we're taking a big hit here, but at least that's not that is not Rebel's fodder. Yeah, before our opponent draws anything, let's just cast that now. Let's see if our opponent. Ooh, they whiffed. And that's. Yep, that's 16 bolts, but we only need. I think no, that's about. That's 20 bolts in our deck at this point. Nice. Oh yeah, you guys couldn't see it. Hold on. Let me show you. View battlefield. 69 cards left in the deck. That's nice, I would say so myself. Let's continue. I guess, yeah, I guess we did get, so that was on one pretty decent win altogether. We did, Molten Impact actually very good in that matchup. We were able to clean our opponent's board. And I guess the future, calling it future burn does make sense. Okay, so we have a few burn options. We do have a smoldering egg to start off with, but if our opponent is fast enough, we might, well, I don't mind. We do have a conductive current if our opponent goes wide. If our opponent drops anything that's relatively big, we have enthusiasm for that. Opponent electing to go for keep their 7. Roadside Reliquary. Our opponent's playing some sort of artifact deck. That would make conductive current pretty important, especially if it's the artifact that I think that's going to show up. Sorry about that. Okay. They might have a counter spell, but I have to if they don't play anything, they might have a counter spell. I have to force it out anyway. Also nice that Electrostatic Blast. It's primarily there for the extra cards, and I think our opponent brought the wrong deck. Arcane Signet does not do anything here. Unless there's some weird tech that I don't see. This does not do anything. You don't have a commander, so the color identity is zip. Yeah, this is a bit of a trap. I think our opponent brought the wrong deck to the party. I do like the idea. Opponent goes File Spawn Spider. When you cast your next creature spell, so dropping Soak and Zan would not cause a whiff. I might just play the Conductive Current. And wait. Choose one in hand. Yeah, we'll choose the Blast. Yeah, I think our opponent might be realizing the error of their ways. We also have the 5 mana, so we can get to Seize the Storm as well. So the plan is to burn something out of our opponents. Pseudo Dragon Familiar. Okay, looks like our opponent did not get the right memo. Now, I could just go for it just so I could start swinging at our opponent. I guess that makes sense. Then we could hold off on the Caesar Storm. We actually have a 5-3 Toralf now, thanks to them. Ooh, wow. I feel really bad for our opponent. Not like this. Opponent's gonna go back to the drawing board after this. Yeah, I don't want to be that person saying that you have to read the card, but yeah, this is not even a case of reading the card. It's really knowing the rules of the game. And knowing that Commander's color identity is so specific. Yeah, this is a real feel bad moment. F's in the chat, everyone. Probably have to do one more game after this. Yeah, opponent's trying to figure out why that does nothing. And the answer is wrong format. We're gonna have. I would not be surprised if our friend starts raging on Facebook or Twitter. Or we usually get one of these rage comments. Anyway, let's put our opponent out of their misery. Yeah. This time it feels like a downer, but then again, our opponent is playing Valspawn Spider, Pseudo Dragon Familiar, among other things. I have a feeling they just cobbled together a deck. So yeah, this is a real feel bad. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of critical thinking on that moment. Like, okay, to my commander's color identity, I don't have a commander. What will I get? Yeah, some kind of critical thought along those lines would be quite good there. Yeah, I guess we can do... Nah, I guess I'm going to call this episode. Sorry to end it on that way, but... Well, I did want to just make this fast, and this is pretty much as fast as it gets. There are many possible changes, but I feel like there is plenty of burn that we should be able to do almost anything there. That's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.